Good day, everybody. We're chatting with Prof. René Uys from Thinking Fusion today, and we have an association, the FEDSAS Centre for Technology, with Thinking Fusion. Prof, maybe just introduce yourself and tell us how you got involved in the Centre for Technology at FEDSAS.
Yes. Thank you, Riaan. I'm Professor René Uys from Thinking Fusion Africa, which is a leadership development company. But we also have a partnership with Moyo, which is a data training company. And the two have a center or an academy called 180 Academy, through which we present the combined programs, data programs, as well as leadership development programs. And it's really this 180 Academy that joined FEDSAS because we believe that we, through this academy, can address both the challenges that teachers experience, and we know that those are severe and that there's a shortage of teachers, and now this challenge of reducing the numbers. And then there's the challenge of the young person, their lives and their environment that is so challenging and so complex. So we have a spread of programs to address both the teacher dilemma or challenge as well as that of the young learner. And that
Maybe
is
tell us a little bit.
primary school level, as well as high school level.
Okay. Maybe tell us a little bit more about the fundamentals, the systemic change. We've come quite a way, and I know and understand some of your products, but you want to address some of the systemic, fundamental societal problems. School is good at presenting maths and science and subjects, but it lives in a society with challenges of anxiety, depression, work pressure, violence, broken families, teenage pregnancies, all these things. How do you address these problems, and how do you help schools with those? And maybe just give us a little bit of a breakdown of the programs you have. And you mentioned primary school and high school. How young do we start in intervening?
Well, if I look at the article recently on the high levels of birth rate amongst young girls, even younger than 15 years, that is very scary. But also the rape rate, the abuse, the aggression towards women and children, all of that, of course, are society problems, but we see that play out in the school, and we see that happen with the young kids. So we developed two programs aimed at specifically addressing these community problems that children go through, which hamper their performance at school and impact their behavior. And these two programs are called Boys to Men and Becoming a Woman as the English versions. They also have an Afrikaans alternative. So these two programs can be offered from about 10 years old right through to a matriculant. It really addresses behavior issues, relationship issues, how to make choices, how to set boundaries, what happens to you when you move into puberty, what impact does that have on your body and on your behavior. So some of the photos used in there are quite scary, but with a purpose of putting them off. What does it look like if you use alcohol and drugs and sex incorrectly and too young in your life? So those two programs are for the full spread. Then we have a specific program that we designed after our contact with FEDSAS, and that is a 2-day program aimed at primary school kids called Let's Go. And we've really selected from our longer Let's Go program those things that are important for a young person to make choices that will impact the rest of their life. From aspects like curiosity to aspects like my personal values, my purpose in life. Who am I and what will I say no to? Who am I and what will I say yes to? How will I behave? What is my personal brand and how will others see me? Very impactful, very special. I'm so excited about this new program. So thank you to FEDSAS and the principals that I met through you. It was really triggered through that. And then we have two programs for high school pupils. the one called Let's Go, which is a 4-day program then, and is also certificated by the Northwest University Business School, and a second program called Launchpad. Also 4 days, also university certificate. These two programs aim, firstly, Let's Go, to work with the individual, my choices, my life, my behavior, who am I, who do others want me to be, and who am I going to be, how am I going to behave, how will I make choices, while Launchpad is more a preparation for the life beyond school or in the schooling system if you are selected as a leader or want to behave like a leader. You needn't be in a leader role to behave like a leader. So both of these programs also assist with that. How do I then behave amongst others? How do I deal with diversity? How do I communicate? How do I build networks, etc.? So these two programs really prepare a young person for life. And we see a difference. We see how differently they perform in school, what happens to their marks once they've attended this, but also what happened to their choices afterwards, and how many of them adjust their career choices by understanding themselves better. And then we have, as I said earlier, programs that we have aimed at teachers and their challenges. The program that I want to recommend is called Self-Leadership, and this program is offered in 3 different ways. The one is face-to-face, the one is virtual, or it is also LMS-based, so own time, own pace. Much cheaper, but with a different experience, of course, altogether. Also university certificated, really worth building who am I, making myself stronger, giving me the opportunity to participate in a schooling system in a more healthy way, to be stronger also in my personal life. It's a 6-day program. And of course, for the university certification, they need to hand in a portfolio of evidence at the end of the program. Then there's also a program, Essential Leadership Insight for teachers, not LMS based, but virtual or face-to-face, or it has an LMS similar program titled Leading During Times of Change. So there's many options for teachers to attend. Can really all governing bodies. I often think we forget about the governing body and how important it is for them to also understand leadership fully. So the full package is a leadership package that I've just shared with you. But I said earlier on, we also have a data package, and that is through Moyo. So we have also their developed programs for the learner as well as the teacher. The 2 focuses are Excel and data storytelling to assist the teacher in really making admin easier, more meaningful, having results that is better to interpret, that you can do something with and make a difference with. Also for the young person that does that, do it in the sporting environment whilst you are at school, or earn some money with that, or use that as a basis for your study afterwards. So these 2 programs are about 16 hours each, and they are presented virtually. So they're not LMS based, but they have a virtual presentation. So a group needs to join, although the numbers there are smaller. I think it's only about 8 that is required to be able to present such a program. So a full package, a rich package that can really make a difference to all those challenges that you touched on earlier, and that we know the schooling system and the young learner is facing.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think identifying those key issues, character, purpose, identity, leadership, and I think that's critical, and that goes beyond sometimes what we think our job is, although that is what is needed when we stand in the workplace and in society and as a parent in our homes at a later stage. So thank you for that. And then, very excited about the data analysis and the data storytelling. I think I want to raise my hand for that data storytelling online version. because it's super exciting and it gives you a skill that can make you employable. And it touches technology as well as the sports world, which is getting a lot of attention and attraction. So definitely looking at that. I wish I could have studied that as a youngster. Prof, people need to pay for these courses. Unfortunately, nothing is for free. You've got a pricing structure. Did you adjust that for the education sector? Is this accessible for a school budget or a teacher budget or a parent budget? How do we address this? We can't look at the pricing of all of the whole menu of your offering, but is this a corporate side of things, or is it an education pricing?
No, I don't know whether everyone knows how much you can twist one's arm, but the price has been adjusted significantly for the FEDSAS and that relationship, because we understand that environment. So for the school that perhaps wants to put through a group of participants, the price gets adjusted also according to the size of the group, or a parent that wants to sponsor a child just to go onto the program, or a teacher individually on LMS, or perhaps a group of teachers. So we've adjusted the prices. We're also now for October giving the option that you can pay off your LMS training instead of paying that once off, and that we will also accommodate whatever the schooling environment can do that, but it's significant lower and we've adjusted the numbers we expect also. So it really does have an impact on how Thinking Fusion will be performing, but this is the work we'd like to do, is to make a difference in the country. So smaller numbers, if you have 10 or 15 teachers instead of 20 or 30, we will also work with a group of that. As I said, a group of 8, even in the data environment. And then actually what works very well is that we have large numbers, often a full school that chooses a boys to men and becoming a woman, and then we divide them in smaller groups of 25 each. So there's not 100 or 1,000 that hears the story at once. They hear it still in smaller numbers, but that has a significant impact on the pricing for the school. So yes, we will accommodate this environment.
Excellent. And Prof, sorry, continue.
I'm sure you want to ask me, how should they contact me? So they can email me at René@thinkingfusion.co.za or at 082 888 9702. 082 888 9702.
Thank you so much. I think schools can make contact with you. They can also reach you through the Centre for Technology and our magazine, which you contribute to. Prof, thanks so much for the work that you do and for being a loyal member of the Centre and for trying to steer our learners and our teachers in the right direction so that we can focus on sustainable schools and the future of this country. Thanks for your contribution.
Thank you very much.